Assalamu alaikum. As a press, we take pride in informing the masses about the world around them. Whether it's politics, social or environment, we believe in our duty to tell you about the truth, the real stories and make a difference. I'm Mona Nasir and this is Fourt Estate. Tonight, we meet the Secretary General and Executive Board member at the Women on Boards, a political volunteer, Ms. Fourt Ahmed, and Ms. Amnat Maiha Ahmed, the Senior Marketing Executive of Women on Boards. Tonight, we meet the Secretary General of the Women on Boards, Ms. Fourt Ahmed. She played a significant role in the facilitation of the NGO Women on Boards. Today, she is the Secretary General of the sole organization working for the economic empowerment Women on Boards. Being the youngest Master of Science certificate holders, she works at the President's office as an Assistant Director. She is a firm believer of women's economic empowerment. She believes that the Maldivian economy will not survive without the empowerment of women. Our second guest for the night is Ms. Amnat Maiha Ahmed, the Senior Marketing Executive of Women on Boards. Currently working for Shisha Private Limited, she believes that her key strengths include market analysis and research to determine market share and competitor strengths and have experience conducting nationwide product promotions for Shisha. She completed her Bachelor of Business degree, double major, International Business, Management and Entrepreneurship from James Cook University, Australia, Singapore campus. Worldwide and nationally, we have different NGOs working for the empowerment of women with different visions, and I think Women on Boards have a little bit different vision from all of this. Can you please tell us some more about Women on Boards?
Women on Boards, commonly known as WOB, was founded with the vision to accelerate progress towards a better gender balance on corporate boards and top management of Maldivian companies. Women on Boards in most countries, it's a national campaign to increase the number of women in corporate boards. But at WOB Maldives, our principles are a little bit different. Our principles are also founded on the fact that we focus on education, training and professional development of women. We emphasize on having more women at corporate leadership in top management of Maldivian companies and organizations. And also we take a lot of community initiatives to create awareness for gender parity in the Maldives. As of today, we are nearly a one-year NGO. We have 7 executive board members, 1 board secretary. We have 200 ordinary members and 3,000 leading the change with us on Facebook.
Well, that's a great number.
Thank you.
Well, as you've mentioned, it's going to be almost an year for the NGO, and as you have mentioned the visions of the WOB, in your opinion, what have you achieved from this?
Within the past year, we have conducted several training programs and workshops in Male, and we have also launched our WOB Outreach Agent program, which is supposed to empower women nationwide. And also that we have obtained 12 corporate members to our society. Plus, we have also created a national momentum across our nation. So in general, I would say we have been able to reach a lot of people with our message to empower women.
Talking about empowering women, why do you think we have to empower women?
Well, when you look at the statistics of UN reports, they say that when you look at the education population in the Southern Asia, for every 100 boys, there are 117 girls. But then this is not the same case in the labor force. In the labor force, more than half of them are men, but then less than half of them are women. About 80% are men and about 20% are women. So it's not that our girls are not getting educated. We are getting good education as women, but then they are hesitant to go into the labor force for some reason. And this is, I think, the reason we need to empower women on a corporate level.
Let me ask you a question regarding this. If 99 doctors tell you that you have got cancer, would you treat it or would you not treat it?
Obviously, we'll treat it.
Exactly. 90% of the researchers are telling us in the world that if we do not empower women, our economies will not exist. And this is one of the biggest reasons that we need to empower women. And I also want to highlight that a demand curve and a supply curve is complementary. They are not substitutes. This is what we call science of economics. Similarly, a man is not a substitute for a woman, and vice versa as well. So we cannot achieve prosperity by leaving one demand curve or one supply curve behind. We have to achieve prosperity with complementary science, and this is what we call partnership.
Yeah, definitely, because you cannot be a woman and depend on the income of a man for your survival, right? You yourself should go out and try to be a part of the economic growth.
Well, we've always heard about women's rights, empowering them and what the society can do for them. But I think WOB is working with a different level to empower women and to increase the number of women in the corporate boards, right? So how do you find it working different from the other NGOs? Your aim, your vision is totally different from other NGOs, which are very much based on empowering women, but in an economic way, you're a bit different. But how do you think so?
I think WOB is unique in a non-profit sense that we focus on sustainable development by unleashing the economic power of women. Now, obviously, this does not mean that we do not fight for women's rights, but I really want to highlight that. We are a strong believer of quality life for women. We are also a strong believer when it comes to fighting against discrimination, and we also unite to end all sorts of physical and sexual violations against women. But we are different when it comes to, we are different because we focus and we emphasize to unleash the economic power of women, and we fight for sustainable development.
Well, working to increase women enrollment in the corporate boardrooms, I think we have been following some traditional family systems where women actually when women are married, they tend to live at home looking after the kids, so household works. So what are the main restrictions which are even today for the women to go out and work?
Yeah, there are, when we see restrictions, we see challenges. We see challenges in two ways. We have internal and external challenges. Internal challenges, it comes in the form that we lack resources for women to excel them. For instance, we do not have the proper daycare systems. We do not have capacity development training centers for women like in many countries, many OECD first world countries in the world. We also lack a lot of legal frameworks that safeguards our women's rights. And external problems comes in the face that we are a small island developing state. Now, I really want to emphasize that small island developing states are no exception from pathways of economic development. But still, a lot of small island developing states, such as the Maldives, we face several challenges when it comes to a global level. We have lack of resources. I'm talking about natural resources, and we also lack union collateral. We lack things that most countries are just given from luck. I can say that, yeah.
Most countries have it for granted.
Yeah, right? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I guess that's Shafat has it is very right about that, because in Maldives we do not have such a welfare state like that compensates for the needs of a woman, for a working woman. There are no provision public services such as state provided childcare facilities. There are no laws or regulations that would benefit a working woman, because sometimes when it comes to gender, men and women are very different, and it's the same in the labor force as well. The benefits that goes to a man and the benefits that goes to a woman is very different, and we need to recognize this difference in order to empower women.
Well, before we continue with our questions, here's a quick look on WOB and the main highlights of the WOB within the last few months.
Women on Boards WOB NGO Maldives were founded with the vision to accelerate progress towards a better gender balance on the corporate boards of Maldivian companies and organizations. WOB facilitates a non-profit initiative that surrounds with mainly representation of women on the corporate boards of Maldivian companies and advocates on corporate transparency. Their vision is to increase the number of women up to 50% on the Maldivian executive boards, and in addition to this quantitative aim to create a female talent pool in order to optimize benefits of gender diversity on boards and leadership positions, and thereby fueling an evolution in gender balance at the top of the Maldives. WOB's main mission is to become a leading advocate in improving the efficiency of the Maldivian market by building an economic growth potential with the skills of highly qualified Maldivian women, and to become the leading advocate in the debate on how gender diversity improves company performance by highlighting the crucial role of women in economic participation of the Maldives. A growing number of studies shows that gender balance boards are more productive and innovative as it incorporates a wider range of perspectives and therefore reaches more balanced decisions. During this frame, WOB Maldives would also lead to adoption of legislation to address lacking diversity and calls on the government to upkeep negotiations to support the initiative. WOB has been actively participating and leading several events in the women empowerment arena. Some of them include WOB's special trainings and seminars being organized at different levels, giving the opportunity and inspiration for the ladies to come out and reach the platforms being provided for them. WOB is pleased to announce their nationwide campaign to create awareness to the following UN proposals: end all forms of discrimination against all women and girls, eliminate all forms of violence against all women and girls, eliminate all harmful practices such as child, early and forced marriage, and female genital mutilation. Ensure women's full and effective participation and equal opportunities for leadership at all levels of decision making in political, economic, and public life.
Welcome back. We're in conversation with two members of the Women on Boards. Well, we have around 3 to 4 lakhs of people in our population, and 2/3 of them are in the atolls. So, as an organization who are working for the empowerment of the women, especially in an economical angle, how do you plan to reach out for the people, for the women in the atolls?
Yes, I think Mai has already highlighted that we have launched our outreach agent program during the Women on Boards Women Conference that was held in Bandas Island, and we intend to select an appointee from each atoll that is going to help us understand the demographics and the culture within these atolls and within these islands. Therefore, we can have specifically targeted, localized empowerment projects within these atolls. So I think yes.
Well, after the achievement of the MDGs, now that UN has launched its Sustainable Development Goals, are there going to be any links between the SDGs and the work of Women on Boards?
Definitely, because the goal is all about gender equality, gender diversity, and that's what we stand for as an NGO. Our main goal is to promote gender diversity in corporate setting. That means, as we mentioned before, that means trying to create a better welfare state for working women, to pass bills to have childcare services and other kinds of laws and regulations that would help a working woman. So definitely, yes, it will be one of our main goals as well, right?
Exactly. Basically, sustainable development is one that is achieved without the depletion of resources. So, after all, we cannot leave 50% of our resources behind. Therefore, UN Goal 5 that the world leaders have agreed, I'm very, very proud to enunciate on behalf of WOB that WOB will work every inch of every bit to achieve this goal on behalf of the Maldives. And I believe that the government of President Yamin is really, really giving specific emphasis and focus on this arena, and I think we can work with the government of the Maldives as well to achieve sustainable development.
Well, we still have more to come. Stay tuned, we'll be right back after this short break.
Neutro special crackers eta bike itbar hoda pave.
Varam mir.
Neutro special crackers ki packet gagin adada ka biskode kuleve agiya meeru biskode.
Varak kamada biskode.
Binda binda kala Neutro special crackers.
Ivoin anakka startup kurani German vilatuge malu ufedumekkamavva Peredo brand ge ekivattaruge sali laminate paake carpet adi fenuge asar kuratantana hasa vinyl flooring ves rajye mulin a installation mechanism maaku mihar Evo flooring gun liben hunnana tiris first rufiyan peshige aka footed site measurement naga install koddinuge hidume ves mi mihar rajyen liben hori emme quality aguhe flooring ale saliyen nunta
Snickers. It's got nuts, chocolate, and caramel to fill that hunger on the go. Grab it, rip it, chew it, yeah. Hungry? Grab a Snickers.
Now grab a fantastic new pack of 5s for just ₹50.
हिग्गम दो है दो कॉफी है बोला साली गाड़ियन के बोलनी
दो
फिनी कॉफी है ना वाला तंगल दिस ना बुने चाहिए ना
आइस कॉफी है ना
ಅವಸ್ಕಮಕ್ ಫಿನಿಕೊದ್ದೆ ಕರೆಂಟ್ ಕರದು ಕೂಡ ನಿಕಾಯಿ ಬ್ರೆಂಡ್ ಎಸಿ ಗೆ ಫಿನಿಕಮ ಮೊಳುಕ ತಜ್ರಿಬಾ ಕೊಲ್ದಮ ಎಹಾ ಫಿನಿ ಎಹಾ
ಹುನು ಕೊಫಿನ ದಿಬ್ಲಾತ
Welcome back, you're watching Fourt Estate. Well, as I've mentioned before, it's going to be almost an year for the NGO, and with all these accomplishments, what are your plans for your anniversary?
For our anniversary, we have organized WOB Annual Awards Ceremony, which is a prestigious platform where we recognize the hard work of working women in our working population, and also we also recognize the corporate boards that promote and facilitate these working women. We are asking mostly corporate boards to nominate the people in their company or institution for these awards. And this is mainly because we want to show the appreciation we have for these women, for the hard work they have done for our society. And also the nominee herself will be representing the institution in our award ceremony, which is also a prestigious thing for any organization, any institution, right? And along with that, they would be able to interact with people of the same type. I would call them elites of our society. Yeah,
It's going to be the Golden Globes of the Maldives.
it's going to be the Golden Globes, definitely.
Yes.
So what are the categories that people are going to be nominated?
There are 7 categories in our award ceremony. The first one is WOB Distinction and Award for Best Gender Diversity in Corporate Board. This award recognizes the corporate board that is the most gender diverse in our society. This board would be the epitome of gender diversity in our society. The second award is Best Company Secretary, Woman Company Secretary. Again, this is another award that highlights an individual who's very important in a corporate environment, who has a lot of responsibilities, right? So the third award is for Best Woman Company Manager. This is again an award for another important person in an organization. And the fourth one is for Best Young Professional, Best Young Woman Professional. This award highlights our young, inspiring individual that is hardworking, and we want to inspire the future generation with this particular award so that others will take this award as an example and work towards it. Our fifth award is for Best Woman Company CEO in the private sector. This again is this is a mega character in an organization, right? Without a CEO, there's not much of an organization. So this award highlights this character who is so important in an organizational structure. And we have the same award for private sector as well, Best Woman CEO in the private sector. I guess I wouldn't have to go for further detail into that, because I don't think maybe the tasks of a public sector CEO and a private sector CEO might be different, but the importance is the same, right? So the seventh award is for Best Woman Chairperson in a board. And this is again one of the biggest, most prestigious awards we have, because this identifies a chairperson who is exceptional in her work. So these are the 7 awards we have, and I believe that these 7 awards highlights characters in an organization that are of utmost importance. So in that way, we would like to appreciate these people and hope for them to mentor others to do so as well.
So what's the deadline for this nomination?
Well, we intend to compose a committee that is going to be the judging panel for these awards, but as of now we still haven't decided on the exact details of this, because we are on a brainstorming stage right now. But we will of course compose a judging panel of renowned people here in Maldives. Yes.
Well, working as an NGO, you must have some challenges, maybe few or more. But what are the challenges that you have faced, and what are the success stories of your NGO within this?
As an NGO, I think one of the biggest issues we will face is having people not believe in our cause. I think some people do not understand the seriousness of gender inequality, and that's what we as an NGO stand for. And because of that, some matters that should not be taken lightly are taken lightly in our society. And I guess our aim is to advocate and try to keep changing everybody's mind so that we would eventually reach gender diversity to the level that we aim for.
Yeah, exactly. We have limitations and problems when it comes to women not believing in this cause as well.
Definitely.
Most definitely. And we like men to support in this initiative. After all, we need everybody to come onto the same platform to achieve equality and sustainable development. And also the problem is that we are on pro bono basis. This is also a problem. So we are continuously seeking organizations to fund us, to sponsor us. Sometimes these tasks, they get really dragged. So we really urge institutions and organizations to come forward and extend your hand to us.
What about the success stories?
As Mai highlighted, we have conducted several training and professional development seminars for women. We have 12 corporate members, 12 corporate members that believe in our vision. We have a lot of people supporting our initiative on Facebook, and also I would really like to highlight that we have a lot of international affiliations, which is also could be part of our success stories. We have an associate professor in Malaysia that we have awarded our honorary membership. We are also proudly a member of SAFE, South Asian Federation of Exchanges, which is a forum launched by bursars of South Asia to promote the development of the capital market here in this region. Madam President of WOB also attended the global boards in the Asian experience that was held in Hong Kong and met the Women on Boards founders of Australia, and Madam President also led a conference at the Singapore Exchange. Yes.
Well, this week we celebrated the International Day for the elimination of the violence against women.
Yes.
And hence you're an organization who are working for the betterment and the empowerment of the women. What would be your message regarding the day?
WOB strongly believes to end all sorts of violation against women, because if this is not achieved, we cannot achieve prosperity. We cannot achieve and we cannot unleash the economic power of our women, of our beloved women who are going to lead our economy. So WOB strongly advocates on this, right, Mai?
Definitely, if we cannot as a nation stop this violence against women, I don't think we are achieving much here, right? So it is one of the major steps to eradicate poverty, to have gender equality, to eradicate inequality in income distribution. All these things contribute to things that happen in a domestic setting. And violence is also somewhat related to domestic and something very negative. So I guess we as a society should definitely condemn it. And in WOB,
we're going to have more events that is going to address this and that is going to advocate for quality life for our women. Yes.
Definitely.
Last but not least, what would be your message for the public, for the women?
Yeah. While we have achieved so far, the past 1 year or so, we still have a long way to go. We still have a long way to achieve equality here in the Maldives, and I really urge everyone to extend your hand to WOB. I am just right around the corner. You can find us on womenonboards.org.mb, or you can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/WOB-Maldives, or you can always drop me a mail at sg@womenonboards.org.mb. So I guess what I'm trying to say to the citizens of the Maldives is that for sustainable development, women on boards will work. We work really hard, but we need your support.
Anybody who is willing to be a member of WOB should definitely also check our website, because WOB provides a lot of training workshops that empower women, and women themselves need to take initiative to be empowered. So they need to participate in something that would help them educate themselves more. So I think WOB is a very good platform for that, for education as well. And I would want to say one more thing about the annual awards as well. You would also get the nomination form from our website. So if anybody has anyone in mind to nominate, definitely go to our website and just send us the form.
Thank you both of us for being here on Fourt Estate. I wish you all the best, and all the best for the WOB as well. Well, that's all we have in this week's Fourth Estate. Please stay tuned with us. We'll be right back next week. Yet another issue of social or political or maybe financial interest. Stay tuned.